The Kerameikos is one of the most revealing places to understand how Athens conceived the relationship between city, citizenship, and death. Looking at it from the outside means observing a boundary, not only physical but symbolic, between the space of the living and that of the dead. Here the polis defines itself also through the way it remembers and honors its citizens. From a historical point of view, the Kerameikos develops as an area located immediately outside the city walls, along the main access roads to Athens. This location is not accidental. The dead cannot be inside the inhabited urban space, but must remain visible to those entering and leaving the city. The outside of the Kerameikos is therefore a space of passage and memory. The place takes its name from the potter's quarter, but its most significant function is that of a public cemetery. Here common citizens and illustrious figures are buried, with funerary monuments that tell the role of the individual in the community. The outside of the Kerameikos shows a deeply civic conception of death. Remembrance is not private, but part of collective identity. Next to the tombs are the great city gates, such as the Dipylon, from which religious and civic processions depart. This intertwining of death, ritual, and urban movement is fundamental. Every festival, every solemn entrance into the city passes by the graves, reminding citizens that the polis exists thanks to those who defended and built it. In the 5th century before Christ, with the affirmation of democracy, the Kerameikos takes on an even stronger meaning. Here the fallen in war are buried, celebrated not as individual heroes, but as members of the community. The outside of the cemetery thus becomes a place of civic education, where personal sacrifice is integrated into collective memory. With the arrival of the Romans and urban changes, the Kerameikos progressively loses its central function. However, it is not erased. Its permanence as a marginal space reflects a transformation of the city. Athens is no longer an autonomous polis, but a city within an empire, where the direct link between citizenship and public memory weakens. In the medieval and Ottoman period, the area is partially abandoned and transformed. Only with modern archaeological excavations is the Kerameikos returned to the city as a historical document. The outside we see today is not a celebratory reconstruction, but an exhibition of the original structure of the urban boundary. Today, observing the Kerameikos from the outside means understanding that for Athens death was not exclusion, but an integral part of civic life. The place tells of a city that builds its own identity also through the remembrance of its citizens, placing public memory precisely where the city ends and begins again.